It started as a routine check-in. Deb Oliviera, 32, stepped on the scale one day and sighed with triumph. She had finally hit her weight loss goal on Ozempic. 3 months earlier, she'd been struggling to lose the last stubborn 20 pounds after multiple miscarriages and a stillbirth, trying every diet, coach, and personal trainer to no avail. Now she was the picture of health. Or so she thought. The very next morning, Deb took a pregnancy test. It was positive. "I was absolutely shocked," she later told reporters. Deb had been on oral birth control and never expected this to happen on a weight loss shot. This was no isolated tale. On social media, a new phenomenon was emerging: Ozempic babies. Accounts flooded TikTok and Facebook of women who had struggled with infertility, diabetes, or just plain weight problems, only to find themselves unexpectedly expecting. One Facebook support group, "I Got Pregnant on Ozempic," now boasts hundreds of members sharing stories of surprise pregnancies on GLP-1 medications. Headlines soon followed. A Michigan mom confessed on camera that, "We were just enjoying our new life when we were surprised by a baby boy arriving in October after all her prior losses." At UT Southwestern Medical Center, doctors coined the term Ozempic pregnancies and saw them in their clinics. Women expecting Ozempic babies after taking GLP-1 diabetes and weight drugs. Behind these personal stories lie deep medical puzzles. GLP-1 receptor agonists like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Saxenda, and others were developed to regulate appetite and blood sugar in diabetics, not to boost fertility. Yet, as scientists now note, profound weight loss itself can revive a woman's ability to conceive. For patients with obesity, significant weight loss can result in restored ovulation, more regular periods, and rebalanced estrogen, explains a UT Southwestern obstetrician. In plain terms, slimming down often fixes hormonal imbalances that once kept a woman from conceiving. One study in diabetes patients showed nearly half lost over 10% of their body weight on semaglutide, the active drug in Ozempic, enough to trigger these fertility changes. Women like Deb, who had long battled unexplained infertility and miscarriage, were unknowingly sitting on this hormonal time bomb. As soon as the pounds fell away, natural fertility surged. But here's where it gets really interesting. GLP-1 weight shots may also have a more direct effect. Some experts speculate these drugs themselves could heighten fertility. They're not supposed to be fertility treatments, but American fertility specialists admit they've been hearing about Ozempic pregnancies all the time. Dr. Rachel McConnell of Columbia University told Fox News that rapid weight loss helps regulate menstrual cycles and improves chances of conception, especially in conditions like PCOS. She notes that obesity impairs fertility and losing weight can make a significant difference, but cautions patients to stop the drugs months before trying to conceive. Even so, the unintended effect has become undeniable. Massachusetts obesity MD Dr. Angela Fitch bluntly acknowledged that the correlation between weight loss and fertility is well known, and it's likely the main driver in the Ozempic baby boom. But there's another twist that's making this situation even more unpredictable, and this is where it gets really scary. GLP-1 agonists like semaglutide and tirzepatide delay gastric emptying. They literally slow your digestion. That's great for feeling full, but here's what no one's talking about. It can interfere with any medication absorbed in the gut. This creates what doctors are calling a perfect storm for unexpected pregnancies. Women's bodies are experiencing dramatic hormonal shifts from rapid weight loss, while their digestive systems are completely altered. It's like their entire reproductive system is being rewired without them knowing it. The regulatory agencies are taking notice, and they're panicking. In June 2025, the UK's MHRA issued a public alert warning women on GLP-1 drugs about unexpected fertility restoration and pregnancy risks. But here's what's really alarming. The MHRA noted it has already received dozens of reports, over 40 by late 2025, of women becoming pregnant on GLP-1 meds. And this number is climbing every month. They specifically called out the double whammy effect: restored fertility from weight loss happening faster than women realize, combined with completely unpredictable body chemistry changes. American authorities quietly echoed the concern, but their response was even more telling. The FDA now recommends that women understand that their fertility may return dramatically and unexpectedly during GLP-1 treatment because they're seeing cases they never anticipated. The FDA and MHRA both point out that GLP-1 drugs should be stopped at least 2 months before pregnancy because semaglutide lingers in the body for a long time. But here's the kicker. Novo Nordisk, maker of Ozempic and Wegovy, now even runs a pregnancy registry to track outcomes for women exposed to these medicines. Why would a weight loss drug company need a pregnancy registry unless they knew something we don't? Here's where the story takes a chilling turn. The medical literature is filled with red flags that should terrify anyone taking these drugs. The FDA label for Ozempic explicitly notes that animal studies found serious fetal harm, including a spike in fetal death and structural abnormalities in pregnant rats given semaglutide. Rabbits and monkeys showed high miscarriage rates and growth-restricted offspring. These aren't minor side effects. They're major developmental disasters in every animal species tested. And yet, millions of women, most in their reproductive years, are taking these drugs right now. Here's what should keep you up at night. Human data remain terrifyingly sparse. One large international study reviewed just 168 pregnancies where the mother used a GLP-1 agonist during the first trimester. That's it? Just 168 cases to judge the safety of drugs taken by millions. Compared to diabetic controls, these women didn't have a statistically higher rate of birth defects, 2.6% versus 2.3%. But here's the catch. Only 51 of those cases involved semaglutide specifically. And none were planned pregnancies. Every single one was an accident. Mother2Baby reports that while current evidence shows no increased chance of birth defects, the data remains limited. Medical speak for, we have no idea what we're dealing with. Even more alarming, pregnant people have been excluded from all the trials, every single safety study. The UT Southwestern team warns us of this terrifying blind spot. Science has historically excluded pregnant women from clinical studies, so we're now providing care without adequate evidence. Sound familiar? It should. That's exactly what happened with thalidomide. The emotional stakes are rising. Imagine years of heartache over infertility, only to have the one drug that finally works turn into a moral dilemma. Marcela Romero of Florida had 3 years of failed fertility treatments. Then she tried Mounjaro and got pregnant just 2 weeks after her first shot. The joy of that test result quickly turned to fear. "We do not know exactly what the effect is going to be on the fetus," said her doctor. So Marcela, like many others with Ozempic babies, stopped the medication immediately, even though sudden withdrawal triggered intense hunger and rapid weight rebound. Deb Oliviera said getting off Ozempic after her positive test was difficult. She rapidly regained 20 pounds and struggled with insatiable hunger again. Her elation, "This baby is super healthy," she said, quickly gave way to anxiety. "I felt super uncomfortable in my body again." Doctors are issuing warnings. These new weight loss drugs are meant for people who actually need weight loss, and definitely not for fertility. Yet the internet is buzzing with families desperate for hope. Some clinics are quietly managing cases where women discover pregnancies early in their GLP-1 treatment. Others counsel strict caution. Columbia's Dr. McConnell told Fox News bluntly, "Not knowing the safety of the drug, I think patients should be cautious and try not to get pregnant while taking it because we don't know the long-term effects." And here's what no one's talking about. We're just at the beginning. GLP-1 medications have only been widely prescribed for weight loss since 2021. Most women have been on them for less than 2 years. The first wave of Ozempic babies are just being born now. What happens when millions more women have used these drugs for 5 years, 10 years? The real story isn't just about the babies being born today. It's about what we don't yet know is coming. Every month, more women start these medications. Every month, more surprise pregnancies occur. Every month, we're conducting a massive, uncontrolled experiment on an entire generation of children. The question isn't whether these drugs are safe in pregnancy. The question is whether we'll recognize the danger before it's too late. Because by the time we have definitive answers, it may already be too late for thousands of children. If you're taking Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or any GLP-1 medication, you need to understand your body is changing in ways science doesn't fully comprehend. Your fertility may return without warning. And if you become pregnant, you're entering uncharted territory, where the stakes couldn't be higher. The weight loss revolution has delivered miraculous results for millions, but every revolution has casualties. The question that should keep you up at night is simple. Will you be one of them? What do you think? Are we witnessing the next thalidomide? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Disease Danger Zone for more investigations into the stories the medical establishment doesn't want you to hear.